Thanks, Rachel. Well, this means colder air filtering in and the potential for some widespread snow. It is going to be very light through the afternoon tomorrow, but we could see a little burst before it tapers off for Toronto through Pickering, Oshawa, in through Markham and Newmarket. Temperatures only hovering around that freezing mark. Now, some areas certainly getting hit a lot harder than others. For example, Parry Sound, south towards Barrie, 20 to 40 centimeters of snow. That band coming off of Georgian Bay, certainly going to be very intense. The band coming off of Lake Huron as well, and even in through the Niagara region, as Rachel was mentioning, some areas could pick up about 15 centimeters of snow. Now, as we get into the long range for the weekend, temperatures remaining cold. The coldest air that we have seen since last winter, -1, feeling like -7 for Saturday, feeling more like -8 for Sunday through the city of Toronto, feeling more like -9 through Whitby. It's going to feel like -7 through Niagara. So we're looking ahead at a cold weekend. We're looking ahead at an even colder pattern for next week as more Arctic air plunges its way south. Now, coming up in Force of Nature, we take you to California. Taking a look now at what's hot online. First, we can be when snow squalls fire up in the area. All right, coming up next, we have got the fires in California, 27,000 people, and burned over 30,000 acres to be specific. And a rainbow. It's Wednesday, it's December the 6th. Emily Vukovic and Rachel Schutzen with you. Thank you so much for joining us. I like how we've got the snowflake behind our morning headlines.
Just one.
Just one, because temperatures are certainly cooling. Cold air is here to stay. We've got intense snow squalls that are actually closing roads. And when could Toronto see snow again, Rachel?
We're going to time that out for you. But first up, I want to show you the winds from yesterday. Emily, this, of course, you know who this is.
Look at Rainy.
This is Rainy on our walk yesterday. And look how strong those winds are. Her ears are airborne. It honestly looks like she could be in a hurricane right about there. She's like sustaining the, look at that. She's sustaining the force of those winds yesterday. And of course, the force of these winds, they are creating the snow squalls. So Highway 17 is closed. Also Highway 60 from Huntsville into central Algonquin closed as well. We're looking at big, powerful snow here.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere anytime soon in those areas. Now, the bulk of the moisture right now, eastern Superior, coming off the shores of Georgian Bay, we're going to start to see these winds shift to more of a northwesterly direction. We're going to start to see them pick up along the shores of Lake Huron and Lake Erie in through the Niagara region later on this afternoon.
So this here is a look sort of at a future model, and it shows you these squalls parked right over that Muskoka area. And then look at this as well. So your travel plans, if you're staying within our little GTA bubble, you're going to be okay. But if you're going up the 400 or you're taking the QEW down into the Niagara region over towards Buffalo and Fort Erie, you will be seeing snow today.
Yeah, and it's going to be very treacherous driving conditions, especially if you don't have your winter tires on. Like, I still don't.
Book the appointment, man.
Honestly, like, we're just going to have to book it for me just so I can get in there. All right, we've got this trough coming into play. We are going to be seeing those squalls potentially move their way into the city of Toronto. We may see just kind of a little hit of snow. It's not going to be accumulating by anything on Thursday, but it could be there.
And then looks like Saturday morning, we do have the potential to see snow across the GTA as well as a weak clipper comes in. But Emily, this is a place where there'll be no snow falling. Look at this.
I know, and this is a contest you can actually win here at the Weather Network. Check this out.
So make sure you enter to win. And Emily, what's coming up next?
Well, we've got a record-breaking rainbow. I've got that coming up in trending in just a few moments. Very cool. Thanks so much for that, Rachel. Amazing rainbow, eh?
And you know, rainbows in the sky, that's one of my favorite elements. And to go to a place like Taiwan, that is honestly on my bucket list. And we have a bucket list trip that we're giving away here on the Weather Network as well.
We do. It's like a trip of a lifetime. You can actually go to Nepal.
Nepal and be in an episode of Storm Hunters. So throughout the show, we're going to tell you how you can enter to be in that contest, because that's seriously a trip of a lifetime. Toronto right now, -2, but feels more like -8. That's cold. What a cold start.
I just saw one of our editors come in and she had like full parka, like hat, some of the strings coming down, mitts, the whole bit.
My goodness.
I turned my heat on in my car, obviously, today, and I thought about my winter boots. Like, I was this close to my winter boots.
Did you think about your winter tires?
Rachel.
I'm going to bother her until this happens.
I don't have my winter tires on yet, and we're talking about snow squalls. We are talking about
crazy snow squalls.
Yeah, intense to the point where it's actually shutting down highways, eastern shores of Superior, through the Algonquin area. Travel is treacherous at this time.
Now, if you are staying within the GTA today, you will not be seeing these snow squalls, but travel down to Niagara, yes. Up towards Barrie, yes as well. So within the GTA, we're clear, but we are cold today. Emily, look at the wind chill today.
Yeah, it's cold. We're feeling closer to -3 this afternoon through the city of Toronto. It's going to feel closer to -5 through Whitby, and temperatures are going to stay cold right for the remainder of the week and into the weekend.
You know where we could use some snow, though? Down at Fair in the Square, Nathan Phillips Square. We could be getting just that. Essentially, a trough is coming through, switches up the wind a little bit, more of a northerly flow, and that will track the snow that forms off Georgian Bay, could push it into the GTA.
Yeah, the potential for it to give us a light dusting is there. It's certainly not going to be an epic snowfall
no
now.
Shoveling.
No shoveling. Maybe not even brushing off your car, meaning I don't need my snow tires just yet. But the snowfall accumulations from some of these squalls is really intense. We have the potential anywhere between kind of Parry Sound and Barrie to pick up 40 centimeters of snow. Closer to home through the Niagara region, depending on those depicting winds, back and forth, those oscillating winds, we could see 15 centimeters.
And if you do see snow on the ground, guess what? It is not going anywhere because this cold, wintry pattern, it is here to stay. Emily, this is the pattern leading up to Christmas.
All right, make sure you stay with us because coming up in... Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's the 6th of December. Emily Vukovic and Rachel Shoots joining you. We've been having a little bit of fun here on Twitter. We're going to be talking about that in just a moment. Cold air, it's here to stay. Intense squalls continue. And when could Toronto see snow?
Because it is coming back. Snow squalls have been a big story. And unfortunately, when we talk about these road closures, that really has been a huge problem well to the north of us. But it goes to show that winter is coming in with a vengeance. Highway 17 shut down, 101 out to Timmins, and also Highway 60 from Huntsville into Algonquin Park shut down. And of course, what fuels this snow? Well, that's the wind. And Emily, got to show you this video here. Have a look.
This is probably one of the cutest videos I've ever seen of your dog, Rachel. This is Rachel's dog. We call her Rainy because she's just the sweetest thing ever. But
look at her in those winds.
She's having a hard time tackling the winds here.
And then this gust comes by. Honestly, looks like she's in a tornado or something.
She's like Dorothy's dog, you know?
Yeah, Toto. So cute. You know, in all seriousness, this snow has been bringing in problems. We will not be seeing it within the Golden Horseshoe, but take a drive down into the Niagara region. Very likely to see some snow here along the QEW. Also up towards Cottage Country. This could be really nightmare travel.
Yeah, it is going to be very treacherous. So if you don't have your snow tires on, it is time to put them on.
It's time.
The winds are starting to shift, as you can see. This kind of gives us a bit of a future look at the radar and the wind and the squalls that are going to continue with this trough. And then this is going to be kind of our best chance to see a little shot of snow throughout the day tomorrow. Certainly not going to be accumulating. It is not going to be an epic snowfall amount by any means, but it could make roads a little slick.
Absolutely. And if we do see any snow, let's say just on little surfaces here, likely to stick because we are seeing cold conditions staying with us in our forecast.
All right, we've got a really great contest coming up here at the Weather Network. Is this a trip of a lifetime? Check this out.
How cool is that? You could be in an episode of Storm Hunters and get a trip, expenses paid, going to Nepal. So fantastic. Now, coming up next, we'll be taking a look at our trending stories, what's happening online. Could be in the world record for
I love how you leave me with all the good news. Thanks, Rachel. We are going to be seeing temperatures dropping significantly, and we could see a little bit of snow, widespread snow, but very, very light through much of the GTA. We have these very powerful snow squalls that have set up. So through Friday, we're looking at very heavy amounts. Eastern shores of Superior, we're seeing heavy amounts. Parry Sound, south towards Barrie, traveling in that area, treacherous, 20 to 40 centimeters quite likely. Very, very light snow through much of the GTA, and then through the Niagara region, depending on where you are, could see closer to 15 centimeters once these squalls are all finished. Temperatures over the weekend looking cold, -1 for Saturday, feeling more like -7. And then as we get into Sunday, even cooler still, feeling closer to -8 for Toronto, feeling like -9 through Whitby. And then this is the pattern as we get into next week. We are going to be seeing much cooler air filtering in. You can see all the purples. Yeah, that's cold air like we saw last winter. Make sure you stay with us. Coming up.
It's great to have you along with us this morning. You know, Emily, December the 6th today, that means we're officially less than 20 days to Christmas.
This one over here. You know what, though? I do have to compliment you on your holiday enthusiasm and your craft making. I actually put a picture on my Instagram yesterday, Emily TWN, check it out, of a holiday ornament that Rachel made me. And I love teasing her about her enthusiasm, but I actually secretly kind of love it.
I know she loves it. And you know, we're going to talk about this cold air coming in, getting us feeling like Christmas. But first, here's what's trending online at theweathernetwork.com.
Thanks so much, Kelly. That rainbow, 9 hours.
Amazing.
Rachel. Isn't that spectacular?
Oh, it's gorgeous. And you know, we're not going to be seeing any rainbows up in cottage country today, only snow squalls in the skies, that's for sure. These squalls are extremely powerful. These are the type of squalls that really give people nightmares when it comes for traveling.
Absolutely. It's shut down highways, eastern shores of Superior and up towards the Algonquin region. No one is going anywhere fast. Now, it looks pretty clear throughout the Toronto. We're in this little bubble. But later on this afternoon, we are going to be seeing those squalls pick up on Erie, and that's going to give the Niagara region 5 to 15 centimeters.
We are guaranteed, though, to feel the cold. That's for sure today. Feels like -6 in Barrie.
Ooh,
will feel like -3 in Toronto. You know, this is perfect weather to go for a skate at Nathan Phillips Square. Have a look at this. Fair in the square. Snow. Into Thursday, we could get a little bit of it. It will stick because temperatures will be so cold. We're not talking a lot. We're not talking shovel the driveway, but just snow to talk about.
We're just talking about brushing off your car, you know, that kind of stuff. Temperatures certainly staying cold, 0 through Mississauga, 0 through Pickering. It's going to stay really chilly. Snowfall amounts are going to be fairly epic in other areas, not in our neck of the woods, but as we were talking before, eastern shores of Superior, anywhere from Parry Sound down towards Barrie, 20 to 40 centimeters, not out of the question. And there's that kind of 5 to 15 bubble through the Niagara region as well.
Now, if you think these temperatures are cold, 1 and 2 for the daytime high, well, get ready for this, because as we go into next week, next Wednesday and Thursday, another reinforcing shot of cold Arctic air comes in. We're talking -5 to -7 for the daytime highs next week.
Come to get out the snowsuit.
Absolutely.
That's all that means to me. Here's the pattern for the 2nd and 3rd week of December. It's not going anywhere fast. Coming up in Force of Nature. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. It is December the 6th. The cold air that we're feeling outside today, it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. The squalls closing some roads through northern Ontario and even around cottage country. And when could Toronto see snow, Rachel? We've been talking about it. We're almost threatening for it a little bit.
We are, and you know, I think a lot of people will be happy to see a little bit of snow. Nathan Phillips Square has been looking so gorgeous this time of year. All we need is some snow to go along with that, and we are in good order to get into Christmas spirit, aren't we?
Yeah, I agree. Rachel's already right in that order. Here are the squalls shutting down Highway 17, shutting down 101 up towards Timmins. We're seeing it in eastern shores of Superior as well. These are heavy squalls. We're talking the potential for 40 centimeters in some areas.
And what fuels the squalls? Well, of course, it's the cold wind. And that cold wind was coming in yesterday. So, Emily, I want to show you this video here.
I love this video.
Took this video of Rainbow on our walk yesterday.
Rainy.
And it, honestly, her ears are now flying. Looks like she's in a bit of a hurricane. And then
she's Toto.
She is.
She's
and then this
Toto from
powerful
Wizard of
gust
Oz.
comes by. The hair is so dramatic, isn't it?
Oh, poor Rainy. She's probably like, Mom,
so funny.
I saw it. I don't like this.
I know, but that's the
Poor thing.
cold air that was coming in, right? And look what that cold air is doing. Setting up squalls, keeping them in the Muskoka region today. Travel up 11 and 400. Honestly, white knuckle, terrible driving. Our storm hunters are actually going there today, Jacqueline and Mark, to show us some of the scenes.
Yeah, they're going to go up there and get some live footage very carefully. And then, yes, Rachel, this band that you were just pointing to, the QE could also be very treacherous traveling through Niagara today as well.
All right, let's take a look at some of these temperatures and also the systems that are coming through, because what we're going to see is this front that slowly drops across Ontario, and that's going to change that southwesterly wind to more of a northerly flow. So Barrie, better chance of seeing some snow tomorrow, and also Toronto too.
And it's light dusting. We're not talking epic snowfall amounts by any means, but you'll look up and go, oh, how pretty. It's snowing. There's always something kind of romantic about the first real snowfall this season, right?
A little.
I say that, and then I'm like, don't put me outside. Where's my parka? I need my snow pants. Saturday, Sunday, not a bad weekend. A few flurries possible, and even into Barrie. I think the key thing here, though, is these temperatures. Look at next Wednesday, feeling like -20s.
Huge drop as we go into next week. Now, before we go here, we have a really cool contest at theweathernetwork.com. We are giving away a trip to Nepal and a chance to be on Storm Hunters. Have a look.